You know, basically just, like I say, I go to lakes, I like to have a test spot to kind of get an idea if those fish are on wood, they're on hard spots or whatever they're on, and what they're wanting to bite, trying to trap, trying to crankbait, trying to worm, whatever different things, a spinnerbait that I want to try and see what might fire them up and get them going good and everything. And basically what I've seen so far is changing my retrieve on this trap, reeling it and killing it, reeling it, killing it, and just trying to get a reaction bite and everything. And then following it up, either sometimes, like I say, I go into an area, I like to throw a hard head and try to find the hard spots and stuff, but once I do, then I throw the trap on them, then I'll pick it up. I'm just switching back and forth between them because I can already tell today I've tried some other things, and that's basically the two best baits that I've found to get a bite on. And so that's what I'm gonna stick with. What I've done is I started on more main lake type stuff, and now I'm back in a pocket, and I'm looking at drains and stuff in a pocket. I know I can get bit out there. I have gotten bit out there, but I'm wanting to see if these fish, the way this water temperature's cooled down, I'm wanting to see if they've made some kind of a migration a little bit here and started back into these, you know, drains and things. So I can do the same thing with this bait here with a rattle trap. I can do the same thing with the hard head. I can do the same thing with a spinnerbait in here. So to me, those are the baits that I've got the most confidence in already today, and those are the baits that I'm gonna continue hunting with. So all we're gonna do is look and see if we can get them going in this. If we can't, then I'll go back to where I got the first bites at. I'll go back to stuff just like that, and I'll try to expand it. But the good thing about it, I don't have a lot of time. I didn't have a lot of time when I got here. So luckily, real quick on, like I said, a test spot, I found exactly what I wanted to throw, what I had confidence in. And 90% of it is confidence. So I've got that now. I've just got to move around and expand it and figure out if I need to stay out or if I need to be in any. If I pull up and I'm fishing like a hard head and I'm hunting these fish, and I make casts and that thing just feels like it's mushy and just doesn't feel right at all, then I won't throw back in that spot. I keep throwing, moving around. I want that bait that when I'm winding that hard head, I want that bait ting, 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 ting. I want to know for sure that I'm feeling a hard bottom, that I'm either feeling shell or I'm feeling rock, but I definitely want it to be something hard. If not, like I said, I won't make a repeated cast. I'll just keep moving till I find that. And then once I find it, I use a hard head for a search bait a lot. And then once I find what I'm wanting to feel with that hard head, that's when I get versatile. That's when I go to trying a crankbait. I'll go to trying different things, because 90% of the time there's going to be a fish living around it. That smoked it. Look at that shad come out of his mouth. God, he's spitting shad. That's what you call eating one. He hid first. That poor bait got smoked. Found that hard spot with that worm. Picked up this trout, went in there, caught him. Got it. Woo! Get rid of him, he's bleeding. Of course, he swallowed it. Gosh, that line jumped 2 foot. That's what I like. Woo! Man, that was fun. I love that feeling. Let's see if there's another one at home. I'm just pumping that trap. I just kind of stroke it up off the bottom, let it fall back. That one there blistered it. Just trying to get a reaction bite. One bit it then, he didn't have it. That one didn't miss it. All I'm doing, just changing up. That time, instead of pumping it, I'd just reel it a ways, stop it. Reel it a ways and stop it. And right then when I stopped it, that fish ate it. trying to figure out what action these fish want. They want me steadily reeling it. It doesn't seem like they do. Pumping it. I've caught, you know, I caught that first one pumping it. Just like I said, then I changed my retrieve. I'd reel it away, slow it down, or stop it. Just something to try to get a bite. As soon as I caught that first fish, the first thing I did is I hit spot lock, and I looked at my line right where I was coming from, exact line I was coming from, picked me out a place down the lake right there, so whenever this boat settled down, I could sit right here and fire on that line every single time. I know right where the line's at. I'm not sitting here having to guess by doing that. I know every time right where that line's at to cast on. And as long as they're biting, I'm gonna throw on it. Throw them back. I love it. I came up through here and made several casts with a trap. Don't get any bites. Turn around, pick up my worm, hardhead, and make several throws till I find that hard spot. And once I found the hard spot, which I figured out on the very first spot they were on hard spots, then I was able to get more bites. So it's always good knowing what you've got on that bottom out there. And as shallow as it is, I could have taken my electronics and found these hard spots that I'm throwing at, but the water is so shallow. I'm throwing in like 5 foot. And the water's so shallow, so once I ease up there with that big motor running and looking on my side scan, when I'm looking on my side scan, I've done went in there with that motor and I've disturbed this whole place. So by doing it with that hard head, I found it and I'm able to stay back off these fish and sit here and fish for them. I don't see the bait anywhere. I think he engulfed it. I think he engulfed it. Oh yeah, look at that, sideways. That's wanting one. That's what I'm talking about, right there. That's what it's about. Holy moly. It's way in there. Got it, good fish. Oh, that'd have been a penalty in Major League. Oh, well. I guess we'll throw back in the bush again, or back in the hard spot, let's say. When I pull up on one of these places like this, I'll make several casts and I'll widen it. Now I'm not gonna just sit and throw every time to the same place once I quit getting some bites. I'm gonna widen it a little bit, make sure I'm not overlooking something. And then the next thing I'm gonna do, if I make several casts without a bite, I'm gonna change to a different bait. I'm gonna see if there's any bites left. If there's not, I'll change a couple times maybe. I'm gonna go hunting, look for another one. You know, this time of the year, your fish start moving to ditches, channel swings, different things like that. And you'll hit these little pods like this, that like we just did, and catch several of them. And this is really the tail end of the summertime deal. Normally in the summertime, you may sit right here and catch 50 to 60 to where you just caught, you know, however many we just caught. It's that time of the year, the numbers are not near as great offshore right now as they would be in summertime deals. It doesn't matter where in the country you're at. They're starting that migration. I can see it, I can tell it real easy that they're starting to make that move. And that's what I'll start doing here. It's not far off. I'll start fishing a little bit different. I'll start looking for channel swings. I'll start checking, you know, more ditch type stuff than main river swings and things like that. So we're gonna getting the last little bit of the summertime hoorah right now.